The Camino de Santiago is an ancient pilgrimage route that has been traveled by millions of people for over 1,000 years.
For many, walking the Camino is a life-changing experience, a test of endurance and a chance to connect with something greater than themselves. I'm Sandy.
And I'm Jed. Join us on our epic journey as we attempt to walk over 500 miles across Spain. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are leaving Sahagun this morning, but not the way you think. The Camino is that way, and we're going this way.
We are actually headed to the train station. We've been looking for accommodations between Sahagun and Leon. There just isn't a whole lot. I mean, I guess we could walk a little bit this morning and catch a taxi or something. But Sahagun actually has a train that will get us to Leon in 45 minutes. So we're gonna go spend the day in Leon and then continue from there.
So if there is anything that I can say about planning the Camino, if the numbers continue to be this way in the future, I'm gonna say plan at least a week ahead.
Yeah.
Because you may not find a bed. And everyone's like, hey, municipals, that most of them do not take reservations.
Some people are fine with getting up super early and doing the bed race thing and trying to get there in time to get to bed. But we just don't like that stress.
No, and we've seen people get turned away from municipals once they're full. Some of them have put pilgrims up like on the floor, but if not, you're gonna have to race ahead, and that distance can be, a few kilometers to, over 10 kilometers, which when it's starting to get dark and you're tired and you're hungry, it's not a good situation to be in. But our train awaits. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we finally made it to Leon. Pretty easy train ride to get here.
It was indeed. So when we got here, we actually had a couple days ago found a little advertisement for a Japanese restaurant here called Miyu. We decided to go check that out for lunch, and it was absolutely delicious.
They had a menu of the day that included all kinds of things like sushi, bao buns.
I had some chicken. You had rice with
duck breast.
Yeah.
Yes, it was fried rice with duck breast, and it was absolutely delicious.
It was really, really good. It was a total of 4 courses, including dessert, plus a beer, and all for like 21 euro.
That's not a bad deal.
It's a great deal.
Now that our bellies are full, we're going to stop by the one place I think as a pilgrim you absolutely have to stop by when you come to Leon.
Cathedral.
A cathedral.
Let's go. So we had a wonderful evening in Leon yesterday, and we got up this morning and we decided that we were going to take the bus to Hospital de Orbigo. We were having some difficulty again finding accommodations there. I'm sure maybe if we had walked into one of the towns we might have found something, but we couldn't arrange anything ahead of time, so we opted to come here because the last time we walked the Camino, we really wanted to stay in this town.
One of the biggest reasons is because of this gorgeous, gorgeous bridge. Real quick, we're staying at Don Asuero de Quiñones. My Spanish is getting better. I'm gonna nail this by the time I'm done with the Camino. That's not true. But anyway, this beautiful bridge, there's a story behind it. There's a knight who was trying to win a woman's affections. He was like, if I beat, 100 knights, will you marry me? And she's like, no. So he did it anyway, and I think the ending is not so happy. I don't think they ever ended up together.
No idea. We'll have to look that up, I guess.
Our room here is actually really, really nice. We even have like 5 or 6 knights that are going to watch over us while we sleep. That's kind of cool.
But the best part about the room has to be the view out the window. We have, because we're towards the back of the building, we have like the perfect view of the entire bridge, and it's, I think, probably one of the nicest views from a hostel or hotel here, anywhere on the Camino. I think it's gorgeous. I love it.
It's a bit pricier than your average hotel or albergue, but
you gotta treat yourself.
Sometimes you just have to. We're going to explore this little town, kind of relax until we hit the way again tomorrow.
Gracias.
It feels so good to get walking again. We are now leaving the town of Hospital de Orbigo.
So good news was, as we got into Hospital yesterday, even with the difficulties in finding places in the towns just before and after Leon, the town seemed very empty to us. So I think there was a possibility that there were plenty of beds.
It was kind of odd. They do have quite a few albergues that don't seem to open until June. Like June and September, they open. So I thought that was kind of odd. It's pretty brisk out here this morning, so actually feels kind of nice. Supposed to get up into the mid 70s today. Destination is Astorga. We've got somewhere between 16 and 20 kilometers today.
Say 16 and 500.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? The amazing news is that no more buses, no more taxis. We are booked out to Santiago 100%.
We just want to say that we don't really like to do it that way, but at the same time, we're here to kind of relax and walk, clear our minds, and we felt like we couldn't do that with feeling like we were racing for beds. Even if it was just temporary, we're booked out now, and we're just gonna stick to that and enjoy it.
All right, guys, you know what we got to do. Buen Camino.
Is that what we look like at this point? That's really kind of scary.
After passing through a couple of small towns, there is really not a lot out here. It's beautiful, but there are no towns. But there is something super special. There is a Donotivo stand that is run by a gentleman. It has fresh fruits. He'll make you fresh orange juice. He's got eggs, he's got cheese, he's got sausage, he's got all kinds of things.
So it's called La Casa de los Dioses, which translates to the House of the Gods. And when we walked the Camino 5 years ago, it was actually here then as well, but much smaller and not as developed as it is now. He has done a fantastic job with this place. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's very peaceful. It's such a pleasant place to stop and rest. And he has the best watermelon.
He does. When it was super hot last time, that watermelon saved my life. It was so refreshing. But we grabbed a couple of pieces of fruit. Like I said, it's all Donotivo. Last time we were here, he said, hey, you know what? Give something if you feel like it. He's like, if you don't feel like it, don't give anything. He's like, if you simply can't give anything, he's like, take as much as you need or want. He really runs that place off of love, and you can kind of feel it there, but pretty awesome.
All right, time for the final stretch into Astorga. I really have no idea how much further we have to go.
Just follow the arrows until we get there. After arriving to Astorga, we were pretty tired yesterday. We did walk around the square a little bit. Astorga is an amazing little town. It's got some beautiful murals there. It's got the Gaudi Museum there that's absolutely worth checking out. Maybe someday we'll take our own advice and do that. We have about 26K to go today. I'm not gonna lie, this morning was rough. I don't know, this Camino has been super tough for the both of us between injuries and like I've wanted to quit 1,000 times between yesterday and today. But the only thing to do is to get up and I guess either quit or just keep going. So I guess we're keeping on going. I don't know what it is. This has been super tough for us, but we've received a lot of support from back home. Family, friends, viewers like you. Encouraging messages mean a lot. The tough part about this day is that it's just gonna keep gradually going uphill until we reach our destination, Foncebadon. Enough complaining, more walking. Let's do it. Hey, Sandy. So I was so hungry this morning, I threatened to open our own restaurant.
He did.
Okay.
He didn't have to do that though, so that's a good thing. Because otherwise we'd be in Spanish jail right now, probably.
You know, in Spain they just call jail and not Spanish jail.
Is that kind of like Spanish food? So,
we got the tortilla here. Tortillas con patatas, which is your more traditional tortilla. It's one of Sandy's favorite things. One of my favorite things though is that my camera's having a hard time focusing, but is was orange juice. Here they have fresh squeezed orange juice, and it is absolutely delicious, and it's absolutely hitting the spot this morning. One of the things I absolutely love about the Camino is in some spaces there's like towns every few kilometers or so. Makes it really enjoyable. As you can see, there's some wigwams up here on the hill. Traditional, Peregrino accommodations.
So we've arrived in the town of Rabanal del Camino, so we've got just a little bit further to go today. But as we're walking through town, we saw these little tin cans sitting on the table, and they have little love notes or messages or blessings, and you can take one out of the can. And so we each took one, and mine says, "Divine work is being done through you. Be gentle." What does yours say, Jed?
Mine says, "Love is the bridge between you and everything." So now it's just a straight up climb up to
Foncebadon.
All right, well.
Uphill it is. Let's go.
Let's go. My favorite. Uphill.
Yep, up.
Buenos dias. What a beautiful, wet, dreary morning. Headed out of Foncebadon. Sandy obviously is pretty stoked.
I'm so excited to be back in my rain gear.
Being in your rain gear is always a good time. Actually, it was kind of crazy seeing Foncebadon again for the first time in like 5 years, because there was nothing there. It was just these small buildings that were just in rubble.
They've even paved the road. It used to just be dirt road that went through there. Still not a ton there, but it's actually turned into quite a nice little stop.
All right, guys, so major milestone this morning. We will be arriving to the Cruz de Ferro shortly. So
if we're lucky, we might be able to see it.
Yeah, maybe. We have some things to do there, and we'll join back up with you then. Until then, I'm gonna put the camera away and put my hood up and try and stay dry.
So we've made it to the Cruz de Ferro, and it's a special place. It's a place where you're supposed to, bring something from home, a rock, photos, something you made that symbolizes something you're trying to let go, to release a burden on your heart, so to speak. So before we left the States, we made these little resin rocks that we put our cat Kita's ashes in, and today we deliver them to the Cruz de Ferro.
Sure is rainy and wet outside right now.
This is not tears.
Nope, not crying at all. This was our main purpose on the Camino this time. So, yeah. We love you, Kita.
Forever and always. On the next episode of Wanderful Revolution, our journey across Spain continues.
So make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss a single step.
Until next time,
Stay wonderful.
Call it a day.